Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Welcome. I'll begin with a Shabbat reading, which is loosely based on a poem by Rabbi Michel Werner. Let us mark this moment with spark and blessing and light as we expand the sense of holiness in our world and in our hearts. As we enter the sacred time of Shabbat, may Adonai help us put aside our stresses of daily life and absorb the calm of this holy moment. As Shabbat begins, may Adonai revive our ability to feel the infinite potential the seizing affords us, to regather our scattered selves. In the hallowed space Shabbat creates, may Adonai refresh our connections to our loved ones and community, expanding the threads which bind us together. Let us continue with Ele Chamda Libi. I invite you to turn to page 129 in your Siddur.
Ele Chamda Libi, Chusana va'ana titalam. 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 Ele Chamda Libi, Chusana va'ana titalam.
Hey, let's continue with the lighting of Shabbat candles. I'd like to invite up to the Bima our Oneg sponsors, Cheryl Conley and Jen Bober. Please bring your Siddur as we begin with the reading. I'd like to invite you to turn to page 121.
Candles give light, all who behold them. So may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. The source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we into our hearts and our lives. Bless all who enter the sanctuary in need, all who bring offerings to their hearts. May our worship just to
We praise you, Adonai, our God, ruler of all. Thank you for giving us this opportunity to come together to light these Shabbat candles. As we all say together, Amen.
Amen.
Let us take a few moments to schmooze and walk around and wish each other Shabbat Shalom. Introduce yourself to someone you don't know yet, and remember that hugs are always welcome right here at Temple Adus Shalom. For us. Page 130. Ishenu. Lechu, lechu, neranena, neranena, l'Adonai naria, naria, letzor Yishenu. Nekad mafanav, letodav, bezlerot naria lo. Nekad mafanav, letodav, bezlerot naria 130. Nekad mafanav, letodav, bezlerot naria lo. Nekad mafanav, letodav, bezlerot naria lo. Mafanav, letodav, bezlerot naria lo. Nekad mafanav, letodav, bezlerot naria lo. Nekad mafanav, letodav, bezlerot naria lo. Nekad mafanav, letodav, bezlerot naria lo. From here, we're going to continue with the Chatzi Kaddish. I invite you to turn to page 144.
Yikdal v'yikdash me Rabba.
Amen.
Amal divrach rutei v'amlich malchutei v'chayechon v'yomechon uv'chayei dekol bet Yisrael. Bagala, bagala, uvizman kariv, v'imru amen. Yehesh me Rabba mevarach, le'olam l'olol me'olmaya, yitbarach, yitbarach, v'yishabach, v'yidbar, v'yidroman, v'yidnaseh, v'yithadar, v'yithaleh, v'yithalal, shemei kudsha, brichu, le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran ba'alma, v'imru, amen.
If you're able, please rise as we continue with the Baruchu. Adonai Umvurach Leolam Let's continue with Ma'ariv Aravim on page 149. If you're able, please continue to stand, and if not, at any time, please feel free to have a seat.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher idbaro ma'ariv haravim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidbaro ma'ariv haravim. Bechokmah poteach she'arim ובתבונה משנה איתי ומחליף את הזמנים ומסדר את הכוכבים במשמרותיהם ברק ירצונו ברק ירצונו ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר בדברו מעריב ערבים Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidbaro ma'ariv haravim.
Page 151. As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean to struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people, Israel. And with that, we're going to continue with the watchword of our people, which is Shema Yisrael, on pages 152 and 153. I invite you to take a deep breath with me. What a week, what a week. Everybody's so stressed already. Let's take one more deep breath in, and as we exhale, let's let all the schmutz, all the tsuris of this past week simply dissipate onto the ground on which we stand. page 154. Please be seated. We will continue with the Vahavta. Again, I am on page 154.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלבתך בדרך ובשכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם עמוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם כל מצוותי ונהייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. I am Adonai your God, who have brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai your God. Adonai Elohechem Emet.
When people come to you for help, do not turn them off with pious words. And this is a saying by Martin Buber, who said, "Have faith and take your troubles to God. Act instead as if there were no God, as though there were only one person in the world who could help, and that would be yourself." Again, these are words uttered by Martin Buber. Let us continue with Mi Chamocha. Please turn to page 158.
מי כמוך בעינים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, רוב תהילות עושה פלא, מלכותך ראו בניך, רוקי הים לפני משה ומרים, צאלי ידעו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. Who is like you? Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai? When Moses and the children crossed the sea, they sang to you with songs of joy. Who is like you, Adonai? בעלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא תהילות
the other day I told Mike that there is a piece of music by Craig Taubman that I am not sure if he knows, but it is a piece of music that I absolutely love and I haven't sung for so long. And then I mentioned it was Hashkivenu on page 160, and Mike goes, "This is a piece we've been doing with the choir for so long." And so tonight I am very happy that it will be my first Hashkivenu by Craig Taubman right here at Temple Ladus Shalom. And of course, for choir members who know this piece, please feel free to join us.
And 1 quick second.
That's okay, we can wait. Are we there yet? We there yet? We there yet? We there yet?
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Lishalom V'hamidenu Shomreinu Lechayim Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Lishalom V'hamidenu Shomreinu Lechayim Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Shalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu lechayim.
Hamidenu shomreinu lechayim.
Ushmor seteinu, uvoenu, Chaim u'shalom, me'ata v'had
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Leshalom, Hamidenu Shomreinu Lechayim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Leshalom, Hamidenu
Eloheinu Leshalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu lechayim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Leshalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu
Thank you.
You're welcome. That can go back in the rotation. It's not a problem.
Absolutely. You get my vote. Let's continue with something a bit different, a little different rhythm, if you will. Let's continue on page 162 with Yismechu.
Yismechu v'malchutecha, Shomrei, 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 Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat. I'm off, aren't I? Yismechu v'malchutecha, Shomrei, 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 Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat. Mekadshe Shvi Shabbat, Kulam Yisbehu ויתנגו בטובך שבת, ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת, ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת.
והשביעי רצית בו וקידשתו שבת, חמדת ימים אותו קראת שבת, ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת, ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. זית למעשה בראשית שבת, זכר למעשה בראשית שבת, ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת, ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג Yismechu. From here, we're going to continue with the Amidah, also known as the Tefillah. We invite you to rise if you're able. We will continue on page 164. That's where we will begin. And then Mike will continue leading us on pages 166 and 168.
Adonai Sefatai Tiftach Ufi Agid Tehilatecha Adonai Sefatai Tiftach Ufi Agid Tehilatecha Adonai, eternal God, open my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Adonai, eternal God, open my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avoteinu ve'Imoteinu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'koneh hakol, V'zocher chasdei avot v'himaot, Umevi geulah livnei v'neihem, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. Top of 168. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע. מוריד הגשם, מחכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומידו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל.
Page 170. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש. Together we read in English. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el ha'kadosh. Let us continue with a silent prayer and reflection, and when you're done, I invite you to take a seat. Let us continue with Shalom Rav, page 178. Oseh Shalom.
Either one.
Oseh Shalom is absolutely great.
Okay.
And it is on page 180.
Shalom bimroma, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom bimroma, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom bimroma, Yaseh shalom aleinu, Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, va'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, va'al kol Yisrael. Shalom bimroma, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom bimroma,
Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu,
ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל.
We're about to read in our Torah scroll the first part of Parshat Vayeitzei from the book of Genesis, chapters 28 through 32. Let me just give you a little synopsis of what's going on in this week's Torah portion, Parshat Vayeitzei. It tells us the story of Jacob's journey to the house of his mother's brother Laban, as he was fleeing his brother Esau's fury over his stolen birthright. After a mysterious dream in which Jacob saw a vision of angels descending and ascending up a ladder, Jacob makes it to a water well in the city of Haran. There he encounters his cousin Rachel, and it's love at first sight. Rachel. Rachel takes Jacob home to meet her father, Lavan, who welcomes Jacob into the household and promptly puts him to work, promising Jacob that he can marry Rachel in exchange for 7 years of labor. But when the wedding night arrives, Lavan deceptively switches Rachel for her older sister, Leah. It's not until the morning that Jacob realizes that he is now married to Leah, and again, Lavan agrees to let Jacob marry Rachel for another 7 years of hard work, hard labor. After 14 years have passed, Jacob has finally completed his work for Lavan. He gathers his wives and children and sets on his way to the land of Canaan. Another even more powerful encounter with angels closes this week's Torah portion, Parshat Vayeitzei. Let me just mention very briefly that the custom of veiling and unveiling a bride during a wedding date comes exactly from this story. And the tradition is that we lift, the groom lifts the veil to ensure that indeed he is marrying the right woman and not her sister. God forbid. So that's where the veiling and unveiling in our tradition comes from. And with that, I'd like to invite Mike Mollis, who's going to, as you can see, the Torah is already out here. Tonight, we are going to chant a little bit from the Torah. I'm going to do the reading. As I always do, if anyone would like to come up here and see the part that I chant, I invite you to come up here and stand around me so you can see the Torah. And I see that Mike is giving out Torah books. If you are holding in your hand this copy of the Chumash, please turn to page 195. 195. But there's different Torah books that we have here. And so we are in Genesis chapter 28. And the first verse is verse 10. I'm going to chant through verse 17. On what page on the other Chumash? 106. So one Chumash is page 195. Another option is page 106. Again, if anyone wanted to come up here and see the Torah as I chant, by all means, please approach.
ברכו את אדוני המבורך.
ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד.
Baruch Adonai Amvarach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam. Asher Bachar Banu Michol Ha'amim V'natan Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
אמן. ויצא יעקב מבאר שבע וילך חרנה ויפגע במקום וילן שם כי בא השמש ויקח מאבני המקום ויעשה מראשותיו וישכב במקום ההוא ויחלום והנה סולם מוצב ארצה וראשו מגיע שמיימה והנה מלאכי אלוהים עולים ויורדים בו והנה אדוני ניצב עליו ויאמר אני אדוני אלוהי אברהם אביך ואלוהי יצחק הארץ אשר אתה שוכב עליה לך אתננה ולזרעך והיה זרעך כעפר הארץ ופרצת ימה וקדמה וצפונה ונגבה ונברחו בך כל משפחות האדמה ובזרעך והנה אנוכי עמך ושמרתיך בכל אשר תלך ואשיבותיך על האדמה הזאת כי לא אעזבך עד אשר אם עשיתי את אשר דיברתי לך. ויקץ יעקב משנתו ויאמר אכן יש אדוני במקום הזה ואנוכי לא ידעתי וירא ויאמר מה נורא המקום הזה אין זה כי אם בית אלוהים וזה שער השמיים.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Natan Lanu Torat Emet V'chayei Olam Natan B'tochenu Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Where are you? Yasher koach. I'm just about to shake your hand. Shakoyach. Our thoughts now turn to those who are ill or in need of healing of body, mind, or spirit.
Page
371.
Thank you. In the middle. Misheberach Avoteinu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing and let us say Amen.
This week we lovingly think of Amelia Parsons, Danielle Hurst, David Bonham, Elizabeth Kaiser, Fred Belkin, Gary Marco, Heather Mollis, Joyce Levy-Levine, Julie Cooper, Linda Topol, Mandy Shanks, Natalie Litovsky, Paul Cohen, Shari Morris, and Steve Noel. If you'd like to add a name to our healing list, I'd like to invite you to raise your hand and please say that name when my eyes meet yours.
Mekor HaBracha refuah shelema,
the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. And of course, we also keep in our thoughts and prayers all those who have been hurt or injured due to acts of violence and war and terror in our world and in Israel, to which we all say together, Amen.
Amen.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. This week's Torah portion, as I mentioned earlier, is Parshat Vayeitzei. It brings us a tapestry of rich and complex narratives, so many stories, filled with stories about family dynamics, human struggle, and moments of transcendence. If we were to read this portion like a modern-day soap opera or melodrama, we might be surprised by its plot twists, deceptions, betrayals, and unexpected encounters, yet amid the turmoil and the struggle of human nature, one central theme shines through: the importance of placing our trust in God, or moments of godliness. Yes, I know it is a cliche, but please hear me out. Let's begin with one of the most memorable and mystical moments in the Torah, Jacob's dream of the ladder, Sulam Yaakov. In Genesis 28, verse 12, we read that Jacob dreams of a ladder set upon the earth, its top reaching tall all the way to the heavens, with angels ascending and descending. This dream is striking not only for its metaphysical imagery, but also because it marks a pivotal moment in Jacob's life. He is on the run, fleeing from his brother Esau after deceiving him and their father Isaac. Jacob is, in many ways, a man on the edge, both physically as he journeys to Haran, and spiritually as well as he wrestles with the consequences of his actions. Now, as we reflect on Jacob's dream, it's tempting to draw parallels with another tower built in Genesis, the Tower of Babel. That's correct. In Genesis 11, the people of Babel tried to build a tower whose top would reach the heavens, seeking to elevate themselves to divine status. Their ambition was to become gods, to make a name for themselves. But we know the outcome. God intervenes, scattering the people and confusing their languages, for their pride had reached a point where they believed they could transcend the limitations of their humanity. Jacob's dream, however, offers us a very different vision. The ladder is not a monument to human achievement, but a symbol of connection between heaven and earth, in a way, between humans and God. The angels are not climbing the ladder to make themselves like God, but rather they are the messengers of God, descending to interact with the world below. This dream reminds Jacob, and all of us as well, as a matter of fact, that while humans are not gods, we are nevertheless connected to the divine. God is present even in our struggles and our failures. And the path to the heavens is not built through pride or deception, but through humility and trust in God. Now let's consider Jacob himself. When we think of the patriarchs, we often think of them as towering figures of righteousness and faith. But Jacob, at this point in his life, has not yet earned such a reputation. In fact, his name, Yaakov, means the one who holds on to a heel. And from the moment of his birth, he lives up to that name. He grabs his brother Esau's heel, and throughout his life, he continues to grasp, deceive, and acquire his brother's birthright, his father's blessing, and even his uncle Laban's flocks. Jacob seems driven by a desire to take what he can for himself, often through less than noble means. He deceives his father Isaac. He steals his brother's blessing, and later Laban deceives him by giving him Leah instead of Rachel, his beloved. In the course of these events, Jacob is confronted by the harsh realities of human nature, his own and that of those around him. His relationship with Laban is marked by mutual mistrust and deceit. Yet, despite all the trickery, Jacob's life is also filled with moments of divine revelation. God appears to him in the dream of the ladder, and later God appears to him again, reaffirming the promises made to his ancestors. God's presence is felt even in the midst of Jacob's imperfections and struggles. Rabbi Michael Boyden, reflecting on this portion, wrote, "Life is full of tragedy, and families are not necessarily immune from it. God can be trusted, human beings less so." Would you agree? How often do we put our trust in people only to find that they let us down? How often do we place our hopes in human systems only to see them fall short? Jacob's life teaches us that while we may struggle with each other, and while human relationships are fraught with challenges and imperfections, there is one constant that remains: God's faithfulness. At the end of Parshat Vayeitzei, Jacob stands at crossroads. He has fled from his past, but he is not yet sure of his future. He is uncertain, alone, vulnerable, and yet in his dream, God promises him that God will be with him wherever he goes, and that God will never leave him. This promise of divine presence is not just for Jacob, it is for all of us. In our own struggles, in our own moments of fear and uncertainty, we can trust that God is with us, watching over us, guiding us, even when the path seems unclear and oh so scary. Jacob's journey is a reminder that we do not have to build towers to reach heaven, nor do we need to grasp and seize every opportunity in a world full of deception. Instead, we're called to trust in the ladder that God has set before us, a ladder that connects earth and heaven, a ladder that reminds us of our inherent humanity and the divine presence that surrounds us. As we go through our own lives, let us remember that while we may be tempted to trust in our own abilities, in the fleeting promises of this world, or even in the complicated dynamics of our families, the true source of our trust must be in God. Just as God watched over Jacob and guided him through his trials, so too will God watch over us. We're not alone. The ladder is here. The ladder is here. And the angels are ascending and descending, bearing with them the promises of God's love and faithfulness. All we have to do is simply acknowledge and recognize that ladder. I am deeply convinced of this truth. It is reflected in my own artwork. When I work on my shells, for example, I often enter a meditative state, feeling surrounded and enveloped by a powerful creative force. I refer to this force as God, or malachim, angels. May we find strength in trusting God, and may that trust guide us through every twist and turn in our own journeys. Shabbat Shalom. Now we'll invite Mike to accompany us as we sing Shalom Aleichem, this beautiful prayer inviting Malachei HaSharet Malachei HaShalom, to join us. You can sing along with us, and I'll refer us. Let's see who can find it first. Shalom Aleichem. Page 142.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Boachim L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Bachuni L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Tzedchem L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Let's come to the conclusion of our service with Aleinu. Invite you to rise as we continue on page 586.
My book will ever learn to stay open. And that is the one at the top of the page. Aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol, latei kedula le'otzer breshit, shehu noteh shamayim ve'aseh haaretz, umoshav yikaro hashamayim mima'al, ushchinatu zo beguvei meromim, Eloheinu Einod, Vanachnu Korim, Umishtachavim Umodim, Lifnei Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. V'ne'emar Adonai, Melech al kol haaretz, Bayom hahu, Yeh Adonai echad, Ushmo
We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. This week we lovingly think of Timothy Latham, as well as Evelyn Ivy Kiochta. For the Yortsites observed for this past week, we think of Aaron Houchman, Anna Goldberg Black, Benjamin Hirsch, Clara Schneck, Florence Schwaber, Harry Schultz, Irving Shore, Julius Diamant, Lynn Stacy Getz, Marilyn Paul, Morris Weinstein, Stanley Getz, Stephen Martin Schumann, Susan Ann Kempler. Please turn to page 598 as we all join together in reciting the ancient words of Kaddish Yaton. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה,
Amen.
בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחי נכון וביום נכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קרי ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעולמי עלמיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי דקודשה בריחו. לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all of Israel, to which we all say together, Amen. Please have a seat. And I am welcoming our president to deliver a few important messages. And I don't think, oh, yes, it is working.
I got it.
You got it.
I saw him walking up.
Very important messages. Shabbat Shalom, number one.
Shabbat Shalom.
Number two, we've got some birthdays this week. Zach Rubin. Zach's not here tonight. He's one of our very newest members. David Harrison, Ethan Levy, Allie Baker, Gabriel Sober, Ken Byer, and Hannah Bress. But it doesn't look like we have any anniversaries this week. That's okay. I guess December's not a popular month to get married. But it is a popular month to have stuff happen, and indeed we have stuff happening here. And I will just remind you that on Sunday, the 8th and the 15th, that's the next 2 weeks, there'll be Rabbi's Torah, Tea and Torah. So come on out for that. There's a Tat Shirah if you got little ones on Sunday the 8th. And then the Sisterhood Hanukkah party is December 15th from 1 to 3. Please RSVP by December 5th. Oh, we're past this. Can they still RSVP or is it done? By tomorrow for sure. So, yeah, if you didn't do that yet. And special gift shop super Hanukkah sale. That's going to be the 8th and the 15th. And Friday the 20th, it says here. Is that right? Wow, an extra day on the shopping this year. And let's see, Monday the 16th. Yes, it'll be all over the social hall. And then on the 20th, big night here. So it's going to start with a potluck dinner, although the Lotkeys are all coming in from Chef Paul. And then we're going to come in here for an unplugged service. So it's not quite Rock Shabbat, but not a regular. It's somewhere in between. You just got to be here to find out. And then after that, it's the Hanukkah party where we're going to have donuts. You might even have to bite them off of a hanging string, potentially.
Woohoo!
There's cookies, and you get to decorate them. Well, at least if you're under 18. But maybe some older people want to decorate too. And all the younger kids get a goodie bag that night as well. So lots of stuff happening. And then I don't know if there's specific plans for Christmas Day. We usually have a lot of people that get together for Chinese and a movie. And so if you're interested in doing that, I don't know, call Pat. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Mark, in the bulletin, is there still the link for the High Holiday Survey? I know, thank you. Please pick up a bulletin if you don't have a physical one. Take your camera with your awesome camera phone, your phone camera, and just hit that QR link. Fill out that survey for us. It really is helpful. Aha!
So I already signed up, and that evening I'm flying to Israel. I wanted to squeeze in one more visit at Temple Ad Shalom, and I am not going to be here for Christmas Day. I'm going to be in Israel. And
First, they're going to be squeezing blood out of you, and then
I'm squeezing blood out of me and flying to Israel. Speaking of Hanukkah, we thought that this evening we'll give you a little taste, so let's turn to page 671. This is Light One Candle by Peter Yarrow.
I'll tell you when. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Wow.
2, 3, 4.
Light one candle for the Maccabee children, with thanks that their light didn't die. Light one candle for the pain they endured when their right to exist was denied. Light one candle for the terrible sacrifice justice and freedom demand. Light one candle for the wisdom to know when the priest taker's time is at hand. Don't let the light go out, it's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out, let it shine through our love and our tears. Light one candle for the strength that we need to never become our own foe. Light one candle for those who are suffering the pain we learned so long ago. Light one candle for all we believe in, let anger not tear us apart. And light one candle to bind us together with peace as the song in our hearts. Don't let the light go out, it's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out, let it shine through our love and our tears. What is the memory that's valued so highly that we keep it alive in that flame? What's the commitment to those who have died when we cry out they've not died in vain? We have come this far always believing that justice would somehow prevail. This is the burden and this is the promise, and this is why we will not fail. Don't let the light go out, it's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out, let it shine through our love and our tears. Don't let the light go out,
It's lasted
for so many years. Don't let the light go out, let it shine through our love and our tears. Don't let the light go out, don't let the light go out, don't let the light go out. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat
Let's
Shalom.
join together in our social hall for Kiddush and Hamotzi. And thank you, Seth, for doing our tech this evening. Cha-cha-cha. Erwin?